The curse and gift of intelligence. Imagine walking into a crowded room. Conversations hum around you. Laughter erupts from different corners, and people exchange thoughts effortlessly. Yet something feels off. You see patterns where others see randomness. You ask questions that others dismiss as unnecessary. You notice inconsistencies in people's logic, but when you point them out, you're met with discomfort, not curiosity. Instead of engagement, you face silence, dismissal, or even hostility. But why? Why is intelligence, instead of being celebrated, often met with resistance? Throughout history, some of the greatest minds, Socrates, Galileo, Schopenhauer, were ridiculed, ostracized, or even persecuted for their insights. What is it about intelligence that threatens society? And more importantly, what can intelligent individuals do to navigate a world that often misunderstands them? In this deep exploration, we'll uncover the hidden psychological and societal reasons behind this phenomenon. We'll delve into history, real-life examples, and then personal stories to make sense of why intelligence is often seen as a threat. And at the end, we'll reveal a powerful realization that may change the way you see intelligence forever. The comfort of ignorance and the disruptive nature of intelligence. To understand why intelligence is often unwelcome, we must first recognize a fundamental reality. Most people do not seek truth. They seek comfort. Intelligence disrupts this comfort. It questions, analyzes, and dismantles illusions that people rely on to make sense of the world. Society thrives on shared beliefs and collective narratives. When someone questions these narratives, the response is not appreciation, but resistance. Intelligence forces people to confront their own limitations, and this can be deeply unsettling. It is far easier to dismiss an intelligent person as arrogant or out of touch than to engage with ideas that might be uncomfortable. Schopenhauer argued that human nature is driven by instinct, emotion, and self-interest rather than pure reason. This is why intelligent individuals often find themselves isolated. They struggle to integrate into groups that prioritize conformity over critical thought. Cultural stereotypes, the socially awkward genius. Have you ever noticed how intelligence is portrayed in popular culture? The nerd, the know-it-all, the socially awkward genius. These stereotypes serve a purpose. They diminish the perceived value of intelligence. When society mocks intelligence, it neutralizes its threat. Instead of aspiring to deep thinking, people are conditioned to see intelligence as something undesirable or disconnected from reality. This is not an accident. It is a mechanism of social control. Society prioritizes cohesion, and intelligence disrupts cohesion. Social bonds are formed through shared experiences, mutual understanding, and common perspectives. An intelligent person, however, often sees beyond the surface. They notice contradictions, inconsistencies, and hidden truths. This creates an unspoken divide between those who embrace comforting illusions and those who challenge them. Historical examples. When intelligence becomes dangerous, history is filled with examples of societies rejecting intelligence. Socrates was executed for corrupting the youth with his relentless questioning. Galileo was forced to recant his scientific discoveries because they contradicted religious doctrine. Schopenhauer lived in isolation, convinced that the world was not ready for the truths he had uncovered. Nikola Tesla died in poverty, despite his groundbreaking inventions. Vincent van Gogh was dismissed as a madman, only to be celebrated after his death. These thinkers were not hated because they were wrong, but because they were disruptive. They challenged the status quo, and society responded with rejection. The fear of power. Intelligence as a threat to control power in society is maintained through control. Control over narratives, beliefs, and the perception of reality. Intelligence, when used critically, has the potential to break that control. It shines a light on the illusions that hold societies together. Governments, religious institutions, and cultural systems often rely on the collective acceptance of certain ideas. When someone questions these structures, they become a threat, not just to those in power, but to the entire system that depends on mass conformity. This is why history is filled with cases of thinkers being silenced, exiled, or persecuted. The psychological burden of intelligence beyond external resistance. Intelligence also comes with an internal burden. Seeing the world clearly is both a gift and a curse. On one hand, intelligence allows for deeper understanding, greater insights, and the ability to foresee consequences that others miss. On the other hand, it leads to frustration, alienation, and an overwhelming awareness of problems that others either do not